Hello and welcome to the next part in your InDesign magazine cover duplication tutorial. What we're going to do today is we're going to just take this one step further. We've put in our banner at the top. We've put in our photo, we put in our headline, we've made a gradient in the back, we put one little type, but we're going to finesse it now. We're going to take it another level and we're going to do all the little bits of type that's here, all these little bits. And we're going to just motor right through it all. So what I'm going to do though is I do have a layer that I've created just for the type. Okay, so I'm going to keep the type, all the type just in there, and so that way I can remove, there's the top banner gone, there's the foreground that I should probably rename that to like pictures and logo or something, and then we've got this. Now I'm going to just hide my background color, and you can see what I did do is I did start to put together some of the type already just to save some time in this tutorial. So let's just do something really quick. Now, one thing that's good to show you, rather than have this type and everything is kind of justified to the right, what some people I do find is that they add spaces in and they try to line it up on the right. No. It's just so much easier. Just this click of the button, you just highlight it, and you can either right justify, you can left justify it, and all sorts of, there's other ones but when you're using paragraphs. So we're just going to right justify it, and that just makes our life a whole lot easier. Even in this one here, it makes our life easier if we right justify it. There we go. Because that way, all I have to do is line up our text boxes with each other, and then those two should line up with each other perfectly. Okay, so that's why that is handy. Let's start with the easy one here. We're just going to make this. We're going to go into there. We're just going to make this a little bit bigger, a couple of points. It does look like it's now doing it this way isn't necessarily the right way. I do not have the font selection that I do, say, at home, or maybe you have on your computer. These computers here at school are locked out of. I'm locked out of, so I can't install fonts. So I'm just kind of working with what I've got. Just try. So bear with me. Let's make this type white, and so double-click. This is another type of color selector here, and then this one little slash here, which is that thing. If you hit the it's kind of like a backslash, but you hold down the shift key, you get that. We're going to put that back to black. All right, and then there's that guy. Now these little bars show up throughout the magazine. There's there. This is actually, we're going to get back to those. Let's just make these guys, let's line this up. All right, and we're going to start with Blake. We're going to make it the right size. Okay, and maybe one more, and then we'll just inch up our box. Okay, and then it is a little thicker. I think we'll do that to all that, and we're just, oh yeah, we're going to put it back to 100. Okay, and then we'll just bring it back down. Then let's mess with our line spacing, working with the line underneath, because it's the line here, so we're going to just make that smaller. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm now holding down the Alt left and right, and click on the arrow key, I can adjust my lettering individually. Let's go and, I guess we need to make that box just a little bit bigger, and let's adjust our letter size and adjust our leading, line space, another word for line spacing again. No, let's make it 16.5. There we go. One more point size, and I'm going to adjust the top one. Okay, and then let's just adjust our letter spacing in general, which it can be found here. And then I'm just going to just Now, I don't necessarily expect, if a kid came and had his project and had the letter spacing off a little bit, I'm not going to bust them over. Now, here's a nice thing. I'm going to make it white, but I see this is kind of a gray color. Now, I showed you like the color palette and that. If you double click on the colors here, you get this big color selector that you can select your color with too. But what's also helpful is I'm going to select that. If I go back in, this one is a little gray. It's not white. So I go back into here. And there's a little eyedropper tool, just like in Photoshop. Clicking and holding down, going to that gray color, and it took a sample of that, and it automatically, I hit OK, it automatically applies it to that. And so that is exactly right. Okay. Getting closer, let's move over here. I already did that Game On one, okay? And then we'd reached our limits. I already went in and I found our fonts that are pretty close, and so I'm going to just work with that. Now, I've only done one right now because I'm going to just do all the hard work once and then duplicate it, which I think is like way more of an easier way of doing it. So let's just go. These quotes here will be kind of funny. Let's just, okay, and then one more maybe. Looks like this one is a little bit more stretched, so I'm going to use my horizontal scale. There we go. And my text box is too small, it's getting cut off. But that's okay, because it's just a couple of letters. It's like the letter spacing here. Let's just Alt and left. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then, holding down the space bar just to move over. If I can't do that while I have type selected, otherwise it's going to add in spaces, so that's no good. So then I'm going to, let's increase the leading there. And there we go. That's good enough. Okay. So we also have these little dotted lines that we're going to talk about later. But first, we're just going to make all this white. So double click on that, make that white, or just click on this little arrow here, and then you get these swatches, and we're making it white. Or it says paper because essentially there's not really ink. It's just the color of your paper underneath. So all I'm going to do here is I can either copy and paste. So copy and paste, and it just pastes this down. And all I'm going to do is I've already got our. Oh, do I not have a? Well, that's funny. How did that happen? Let's back up. We reached. I don't know how that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play back the video and figure out how that happened. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that and paste it back down. And now that I've got my my type style, I'm just gonna change the copy. So and just a heck of a lot easier. Free agent scramble. Okay, and let's highlight this down here. By, oh, that's in lowercase, by, cap locks back on, and then page 45. Okay, so that should line up pretty close. All right, not bad. Okay, so, oh, my letter spacing is a lot, my line spacing. Okay, and then let's do now another way to copy. If I just hold down the Alt key and drag it, it actually makes a copy of something. Scouting reports, and some people change the names, put their own name in. That's totally all right. Yeah, if you want to put your own name in there, writing these and change the headlines, like really, this is an exercise in teaching you how to use the program. So I have no problem with that. So now we've got that. Oh yeah, let's add in these fancy lines. So all I'm going to do is, here's the line tool. Making a line. Now if I make a line tool, if I hold down the shift key while I draw a line, it just forces it on a 45 or a 90-degree angle. And actually no, I don't want to do that, because a line only has a stroke. Never mind. I'm going to do it as a very small shape, like a box like that. And that box is going to have a fill color. Click on that, and grab the sample of that gray. Okay, and then it's going to have an outline to it. And so I'm just going to make that shape. Let's zoom in. Now once you do it once, so that is too thick. Once you do it once, there we go, and make maybe a little bit thinner, and gonna go there and there. Okay, so there's one there. Copy. Let's go down to here. Paste. Go down to there. Perfect. Okay, let's go find some more spots. Right here. Paste. They're all the same size, so that makes things a heck of a lot easier. Paste. Alright, now the only thing we got to do is those dotted lines. So let's just zoom right in. Now this, I could either just do periods, or I'm going to go back to, I'm going to make just a regular line tool, and holding down the shift key again just to make a straight line. And I'm going to go to my stroke attributes, and the type of line, we did the double line in the earlier tutorial. Let's make a dotted line. So we could do either ones that are really spaced out, but these ones are close together, and we're going to do that. And we can make them slightly bigger, or whichever we want, I think. And so now let's just make it white. Put that. There we go. Copy. And again, I could have done that different ways. We could have done periods. There's a lot of things that ways we could have done it, but this is the way I'm just showing you. Okay, so this is where we're at. We've got, now if I take this away and show you just our background color layer, that's just looking, it's starting to come together. We have all our different little pieces here. And then we have our pictures and our top banner. Okay, so looking pretty good. I think all we need to do is add some drop shadows, and we'll throw in that magazine at the top, and I think we're going to be really close. That'll be the last tutorial. Good luck with your project.